Hi, Jim DiClementi. This is a first video that we're going to be doing. Hopefully every month is what you're going to see is a new topic that we're going to cover. This month we want to cover turf grass. We've had a very challenging summer with the rain. Some of the drought that we've had going on, and what it's created is a lot of fungus and mold in the lawns. Two, the grubs have been very aggressive. So we're going to take an approach, because this has been a challenge for many years, using insecticides, using fungicides, and it just doesn't seem to be wiping it out. Very interesting, when you buy the fungicide package, the bags of product, on there it says the control of. Very important. Control of means we really don't get rid of it, we don't eliminate it. Is what we do is we try to control it. We may decrease it by 50–60% if we're lucky, a little bit more than that, sometimes not at all, because it depends on how much rain, how often we're having it, and how dewy the nights are. Two, the grubs started a little bit later this season. We noticed that the merit we've used in the past, which is season-long grub control, doesn't last all season. Why? Because of all the rains we're having. It dilutes it too quick. So it's usually calling for a second application. Well, we don't like two applications of a season-long weed control or an insecticide. It's stressing the lawn out. All right, so what's going on is a new approach. This is what we're going to tackle this year. You can see with what's going on with the lawns. I don't know, I like if you can move down a little bit here. And we notice this problem is attacking, how do you say, the areas that have been sodded more aggressively than the yards that are natural lawns that have started from seed. So this is a lawn that we sodded a year and a half ago, and it started running a little bit weak this year. As what happens is the fungus and the mold, the sod takes, but it doesn't have an aggressive root system like seed. This is why we aerate. We try to get the root system nice and deep. The sod has been very susceptible to fungus and mold. My theory on this, and I can't say other than this is my opinion, is when they grow sod in the fields, they're growing on fertilized water, heavy pre-emergence and submergence, and we think the sod has just grown a little bit too fast. So when we put it in the yards, it can't take a more subtle approach with nature, with the 3 or 4 fertilizings and weed control that we apply. So it weakens the lawn out. So what do we get? We get the sodded areas are more susceptible to fungus and mold than the other parts of the turf. So now we're going back to how are we going to tackle this? We're changing the direction we go. We put down an insecticide on the lawns that needed it this year to zap them out. A 24-hour period is killing the grubs. Insecticides, though, kill the microorganisms in the lawn. So by doing this, we're not putting a soft soil, humus condition back in, because we have no microorganisms or worms producing that nice soft soil by living in it. So the soil becomes a little bit more compact. Kind of heads us into the problem that we have now. Our new approach that we're starting this fall is what we're going to do is we're going to use a product called Milky Spore. Milky Spore is a natural product. It puts an enzyme into the soil that is going to take the grub, kind of kill it from the inside out on its own. It decays, and now it's part of the soil without killing the bacteria that is supposed to be in the soil, the microorganisms that are supposed to be in the soil. Two, we're going to change direction with fertilizer. We've always used natural fertilizers, but there's a fertilizer out there that we're going to try. I've read about it. It seems if it does everything it says it's supposed to do, again, we're going with what the manufacturer says it is capable of doing. This fertilizer has microorganisms in it. So not only are we fertilizing your lawn, we're now dumping microorganisms back into your lawn. What is this going to do? Microorganisms in the lawn, naturally large, is almost like you take an Activa yogurt when your floral synergy is off in your stomach. Okay? We're putting the lawn back in balance. Why do we put it back in balance? Because if it's back in balance and has its own microorganisms, that will eat the fungus and molds that are in the lawn. So now we won't need these heavy fungicides for the different types of dollar spot, silver mold. This way, naturally, is what it does is it attacks the molds and fungus that are in the lawn. Building the lawns up to a natural state on their own again will keep them healthy. This is our approach. We'll keep them healthy, strong, deeper root systems, therefore needing less weed control. The soil, if it has the worms and microorganisms back in it, becomes loose. The weeds will be smothered out by an aggressive root system. The lawn will be stronger, thus less fungus, mold, and mushroom problems. So this is our approach. We're going to take a walk, and I want to show you. This area in here is a lawn that, this area was sodded a year and a half ago. Now I want to take we can go in the backyard and take a look at a seeded lawn. In the backyard, we seeded this lawn at the same time to repair some of the construction damage from the installation. So we'll take a walk in the backyard and let's see how thick that lawn is. Okay. We're in the backyard of that same project where the front yard you saw the sodded area and where we're devastated a little bit with fungus and grubs, the damage that they've done. This back here, same project, this whole line is new plant material. This was an installation. What we did back here is we decided to seed this back here. The damage was not as extensive, so it was more of a repair. You can see that this was an overseed. Look at how beautiful the lawn is. The fertilizer takes good effect. We have had no fungus problem back here. Just a little bit of a mushroom problem, but it's contained to mushrooms and not the blades of the grass. So, in a way, that's almost good that the fungus stays within the mushroom, that we get under control naturally too. So here, the point is, look at the difference in the turf. A seeded turf in the backyard and an area in the front that was sodded. We'll look across the driveway too, because that was a rehab, that was seeded also. So it's just a note that needs to be taken is how nice the lawns look when we seed them and give them a chance to take. They're strong, they're healthy, and they look green. So I think as in the future, our approach is going to be more and more the natural fertilizers, the natural insecticide, and seeding lawns. This is what you'll end up developing in the long run as strong, healthy lawns.